Fletcher will go for West Coast. McManus for the Dockers. It comes to Fletcher. Took a couple on. It comes to Sampi from 48 metres. Goes for home. Ashley Sampi, what a goal! What a start to the derby.
And Hayden takes the mark. Parker is on. Sampi! He wanted to go back and he wanted to kick a goal. He's got the grand slam.
Managed to get the handball free. Sampi and Parker. Sampi dives on it. Sampi puts the physical pressure on him. To half forward. Here's Sampi again on the half volley. Inside 50. And Sampi takes the mark. Haynes pinged by Chick. Spills to Sampi, and that's the one we were talking about for West Coast. Sampi avoids the purple blur and goes inside 50 to find Philip Reed.
Jones, jarred it out. Braun bends this one back. Sampi a kick. Actually, Sampi in. Gets another one. He's got four.
Good to see you, Samps. How are you travelling, mate? You going well?
Not too bad, mate. Hanging in there.
Yeah. Now, 20 years ago, you were probably thinking, hey, hang on a minute, what's going on here after the performance you gave that day? How fresh is it in your mind?
Well, looking at that, I think sort of, when I look back, it's not really that fresh, mate. I can't even remember what happened yesterday.
Mate, one thing though that I will always remember from you is just the highlights reel that you were. You were very good at taking a mark. Embers just spoke about you putting your knee in the back of his head. And you did that to many other blokes that we could talk about. And you could basically kick a goal from everywhere. What was it that, just inspired you in the first place, and how did you develop your craft?
Not too sure. I was more of a basketballer when I was growing up. Sort of hanging around. Mum would say the same thing. Played basketball a lot when I was a kid. Hardly touched the footy, and I think it wasn't sort of till I saw Louis play, and just grew from there, from footy. And I guess I never really played up forward till I got to the Eagles. I was more of a midfielder and a backman, and at South, Summer put me at half-back flank, and I sort of said, well, if I'm going to take this forward role, I've got to sort of back up Phil, and I think it was only myself and him and Hainsey and Big Willow there at that time, and I just had to do what I had to do and fit in at forward.
As a young bloke who comes from a regional area and makes his way into the big city, what was it like? What was it like rocking up at the West Coast Eagles, and how did you find that?
Different. As I said, South Freo boy. So I think, I grew up in Armidale, mate. So born and raised in Armidale. So I'm sort of close to the city. But yeah, it was a bit different, a lot different. And actually, I'd just seen Cal Chambers, and I think we had a clinic in Armidale, and he said to me, "Is my car going to be all right?" I said, "Mate, it's better, no place better."
Obviously there has been those sorts of talks about certain suburbs around our city for a while, and it was always the back-end joke of out there at Armidale. So, given now 20 years on that particular day, how did you think you played? Did you think you were the best player? And has this been something that's been burning away inside you for all these years?
Not really. I think sort of a lot of people have come to me, have asked me the question about my supposedly free kick in the grand final. Then they talk about my mark, and then they talk about the medal and what happened there. And I look back and I sort of think, well, I did my part. 19-year-old, first derby, and when you see Shane Parker walking up to you, it's sort of daunting, because he took on the likes of the great fullbacks back then, and to see him come up and man me up was a bit nerve-wracking, and I just went out there and tried my best, and fortunately for me I was a lot agile and a lot quicker than Parks was, and in and out of those packs, and I just, like I said, I just did what I had to do, and that was put the score on the board.
We just spoke to the boys about the rivalry. How have you seen that rivalry through both your time and now looking in from the outside? Do you think that these games just maybe give you that little bit of extra fight, knowing that there's going to be a trophy on the line? We can see the one right here. There's been 56 games before. It's number 57 this week.
I don't know. I guess it was different. It was sort of the big brother, little brother. I don't know. Being Aboriginal, we sort of went out. Rog Hayden would say the same. Jesse Headland would say the same. We just wanted to go out there and perform, and I think once we got sort of more games under our belts, you tend to look at that rivalry and see how big it is. It is a lot tenser, and it's like a final. Yeah.
Now, life has evolved for you, Sam, so I believe that you have 3 children. I'm not sure how many made it today, because I heard that there was a little bit of sickness in the family and that they might not all be here, but how much do they, or have they seen about Dad and how he used to play the game?
Oh, you missed out another 3, mate. So
you got 6? You got 6? Jeez, you've been busy. Don't you have TV at your house, Sam's?
So just my daughter, and I'm hoping my namesake, who is at 8 years old, is showing a lot more potential than I was at 8 years old. So got my daughter, 12, Talayla, and Ashley Jr. So a lot of people ask me where he's going to end up. So, well, he could end up anywhere. He can't get father-son, but I'm hoping the Eagles can snap him up and all that.
Well, it'll be a proud dad moment for your kids today, there's no doubt about that, because I think it's time to welcome Ross Glendinning up onto the stage. Roscoe, if you can please come up and make the presentation of the Glendinning Allan Medal, the 17th, for the best on ground, to Ashley Sampi, everybody.